Yo, we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome. We are back. How's everybody doing? So many gift subs. Yes, start of the new month. I get my 10 gifties to hand out. Congrats if you are one of the 10 that is also hanging out in here. If you're watching this back, I suppose, as well, right? So, what happened? It's been a minute because of the holidays. Last week we did not have a stream. That's okay. Yeah, so we had the Calling Valencia. That was pretty cool. I was watching some of that coverage again. Some really cool games of Flesh and Blood being played out there. Pretty, yes. Repeat play map, but this one's so good that we're just gonna run it back. You know what I'm saying? Lethargic bringing up a real sore spot for me, talking about the Lions lost to Green Bay on Thanksgiving. Dude, I don't know. Just yeah. Dude, I'm real bummed out about it. Let's put it that way. Gravy just keeps getting points. Yes, Gravy did end up taking down Valencia. He is at that half points LL tick, so yeah, he gets a little bit of points. We have I need Gravy to lose more. I don't think that's gonna happen, Sandeep. Hero's pretty good. I think he gets adjusted still. We got on the 15th of December, we got a banner restricted coming up. And honestly, I think Worlds outweighs the Calling. Even though the Calling like meta was like, oh, maybe Syndra's not so bad. Nah, come on. Syndra, probably the top three need to top three decks need to be adjusted. I think just to like shake up RTN season a little bit. Would I be surprised if nothing changes because Pin's coming, Compendium maybe, but we do have a competitive season before Compendium, so I think there's going to be some changes. And like they said mid-year last year, more changes are going to happen more often, right? So I suspect more bans and restricted changes and no changes BNRs. So we're going to start off with the I think Silver Age needs more changes. Yeah, Silver Age is going to get a lot of it. I think there's going to be edits at the BNR, because I believe there's still an event. Is there an event after the BNR for Silver Age? Maybe if there is, but I still think they probably take some balancing to Silver Age. But also, I think before, I keep calling it penultimate. Before Compendium, I think like the launch of Silver Age is going to come with some pretty heavy edits. So I don't think Silver Age is like fully done. I think the early access events we're getting right now are data collecting events. So I think they're like soaking up a bunch of the data from these not side events, these battle hardens, and they're gonna make some heavy changes. And you know why I know this to be true? Because Soul Reaping is not banned in Silver Age. You cannot tell me they just forgot about Soul Reaping. I think they were just like, let's see what it looks like. Let's see what Chain does. Yes, he might be one of the stronger heroes. Also, there's like 50 billion defense. Like Guardians are just like defensive, like up the wazoo, and have pummel, and have like 6 ways to discard things. I think there's gonna be some edits there, but Soul Reaping is like the thing, the canary in the coal mine that tells me that like these are definitely early release events. So I'm just treating Silver Age as like it's like a fun thing that's happening right now, but it's not a fully done product yet. And I mean, they've said that, right? They're called early release for a reason. And specs, Soul Reaping obviously being the like rare spec that sticks out to me. I don't know of more specs. I don't know about banning blocks. I think aggro seems to be doing all right, and there needs to be some defense. Also, Compendium spoilers have some pretty I think there's some 1-for-5s for elemental heroes at least. So we'll see. I think Compendium's gonna like set the whole baseline, right? So don't take my staunches. I think staunches are fair because you're paying a card for them, and you don't have Rampart in the format. And so on, but I haven't played against Chain to know how good it is. I think like Chain, I think Runeblades get I think Runeblades, if I'm just spitballing here, I think Runeblades get Read the Runes taken away, and obviously Soul Reaping as the bare minimum, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's more. Yes, Lethargic. There's a 1-for-5 D-Rack that makes an embodiment of lightning. Yes, that's very good. There's an earth version and an ice version too, right? So we're definitely getting a little bit more defensive tools in the format. So I suspect, I don't know. I think Compendium is going to do a lot for Silver Age. So, all right, let me rattle these off. But yeah, I love chatting about Silver Age. I think Silver Age is going to be pretty sweet. I've been listening to some of the podcasts. There's some mixed feelings out there, but I keep trying to remind myself that it's a little early to like get up in arms about it. I don't think anyone's up in arms about it, but not going to get mad about it. All right, we got Leroy Jenkins on Brute and the expansion slot Ninja Assassin. We got Static on Reviled. Expansion slot Armor, Earth, Ranger, and Warrior. We got Sandeep on Reviled Brute and Reviled Guardian. We got Mahdi on the Fabled slot, the Revered Brute, Revered, and Generic. We got the Baron on the Miori Marvel. And we got Skippy on Revered Guardian, Guardian, and expansion slot. So let's get cracking some packs. What spoiler am I getting this set? Oh man, I'd be so lucky if I got another spoiler. That would make me very happy. I'm sure there's lots of Runeblade cards I could get, right? Let me get one of them. You know what I'm saying? Guardian. We'll put Guardian right here today, and just some rares. All right. Dig in for the Revered action. Super rare Brute. I should get a spoiler. I'm in the rotation. I don't know. Get you a chain spec? Oh, dude. Delta, I didn't even think about that as a possibility. That they could Warrior Rainbow Foil Bloodfowl's Blade. That's very cool. I never even thought about that as a possibility. As like a chain spec for Sage. Man, that would be sweet. make me very happy. That's very cool. We got a Villainous Pose. Let's put that right there. And a Reviled block. Oh, that's Reviled Brute. Put that over there. I voted for you as my favorite content creator of the year. No way, really? I appreciate the vote. Where's that vote like, who's doing that? Who's doing a vote? Or who's doing a poll or whatever? I haven't seen it yet. Maybe that's on Twitter or something. I have not seen it. But either way, I appreciate the vote. Thank you so much. Brute, Rainbow Foil. DM Armada's doing it? Oh, man, that's very cool. Yeah, he did one last year too, didn't he? But yes, I did not know this was happening, but go and vote. And I would appreciate a vote if you think I am so worthy. Guardian Super Rare. Guardian Rainbow Foil. Well, that's cool. Even to be considered makes me happy. Craft Bobble. Dude, guys, I am super excited for Compendium. The old timers, the long timers in the channel will know that we started off with Everfest, and the supplement sets in the supplement sets do really cool things when it comes to these box breaks. Get a lot of people engaged, get people, their favorite class being like, oh, I'm gonna pick up the warrior slot every week. I need my warrior majestics. Mighty Bone Knuckles or Reviled. So yeah, it's been kind of missed. We've done all right because the expansion slot kind of takes over, but also at the same time, they're not really the same. You know what I'm saying? But with the expansion slot coming back, I've been here since Crew. We've done Crew once in a while, but Everfest was the first set that I started breaking boxes live on YouTube. We got another Reviled card. So yeah, I guess I've been around since Monarch, but the channel's been around since Everfest per se. And back in the day when we were just a live stream every Tuesday, and we were only breaking boxes. We got an Earth expansion slot card. So we did the podcast a little bit, which is on a hiatus right now. Because I got to figure out what to do with that, man. There's I don't know. This is the link to the vote. Yeah, heck yeah, dude. I appreciate it. Get in there, vote for your favorite fab stuff, guys. But yeah, I do have an idea kicking around that I think might be pretty cool in 2026. I don't want to talk about it just yet, though. I started wanting to talk about it, and then I'm like, never mind. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Market minutes aren't going anywhere. I think as Sage ramps up, we might be doing double dipping on market minutes. We might do like a Sage only market minute, Silver Age only, and then a CC market minute, because those two markets are like completely different, and it's hard to like interswap them, Silver, super. So I think it would be kind of cool to kind of give Silver Age its, because there's actually, I think there is going to be a pretty interesting market when it comes to Silver Age, right? Got Reviled Guardian. That's a kind of a rare one. We're gonna put that here. A Reviled. Any fire to that? Nothing quite yet. I think Silver Age, and like if you've been watching the market minutes, Silver Age is going to be, or at least the market, I think is going to be driven quite heavily by bling. Old Knocker being $60. Old Knocker is banned in Silver Age, actually. A couple episodes ago, I did talk about that card. And the thing is with that is, it's a little, I don't think it's well known that the Coco Commons came out of the gold packs in High Seas. And they were actually hyper rare to pull. So Old Knocker being $60, I think, is driven by Acilio. Acilio, I believe, uses that card, and it just being a very hard pull. The Coco Commons and Rares from Super Slam were a little bit easier to pull, but they definitely feel harder to pull than previous sets. So it'll be interesting to see how Compendium, well, Compendium has a ton of cold foils in it. It's like brute. But there is going to be, I think it's really cool that Silver Age is kind of pumping some of the old promos. I think that's super cool. This is a armor slot. And I think there's a lot to talk about. I've tried to do commons and rares and like rainbow foils and stuff on market minutes. It's pretty hit or miss, to be honest. But we're gonna have to see how, we're gonna have to play it by ear, see how it goes. Reckless Stampede for the brute slot. That's a good card. Acilio is actually kind of gross. I can't wait for a ton of cold foil. I've kind of always been on the opposite side of that. That thought is that like, part of me wish that like cold foils were like pretty special to hit. Obviously, we're at a point now where, you know, High Seas had a cold foil in every box with the pack. I understand. I think I understand why they do a cold foil every box. Still buying collections. Yes. Yep. I'm still buying collections. Yeah. Keep starting to give it a majority of my collection. Yeah. Just hit me up, Topo. I don't know. I think a double dip on the market minute might be kind of fun. I have to feel out, would it be better to do like one 18-minute long video or two 10-minute long videos? You know what I mean? 1 20-minute. I think people like the shorter versions better. Wes, I get that. And I think, wow, we got another Blood Files blade. Non-foil this time. And I think it's also important for newer people opening the product to get a hint of what cold foils are. I think that's maybe the biggest reason why they do one a box. And again, up until now, Silver Age has not existed, so like cold foil commons are kind of dookie, but they might actually be very cool now with Silver Age coming around, right? Like, I made sure that I had all my Runeblade cold foil commons and rares from Rosetta. As soon as Silver Age was like starting to pop off and they announced that, I was like, whoa, I gotta make sure I have that Runeblade or that Runehold release and that chess piece. Like, drug dealers give you this first one hit. Yeah, that's true. Olympia, you can't play your equipment in Silver Age. Dude. Combo. Olympia a hero like Guardians already kind of push it a little bit with like Civic Steps and shields. Like, if they let Olympia have his armor, it's that stuff's temper 2, right? So he just gets an extra 10 health. And he's warrior, so he gets. Is there any shields for warrior? Maybe not yet. But like, yeah, I don't know about all that extra health. Maybe he gets another set of armor that's 1 blade break, right? I mean, Compendium, if you look at the numbers, guys, Compendium is a big boy set. There's a lot of cards. Oh yeah, Parry Blade is kind of a shield. There's some Majestic. That's the one I was thinking about, Jim. Was Bastion or something, right? Yeah, but it is a Majestic. You are correct. Flex Strength. Dude, Brute getting stacked up right now. Bastion of Unity. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. Card. I don't think that card's ever seen play in a meaningful way, right? But I'm not being very good with my spacing here. Yes, yeah, that is a very awesome cold foil. Micro text box is pretty sweet. Dude, I thought Parry Blade would maybe see some French play, right? But I always used to draft that card. Yeah, I used to draft that card like crazy and being like, dude, why did you pass me a Parry Blade? And people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, it's 2 extra health. It was so good. Generic. Oh, generic. I've always wanted to play with it. Yeah, for sure, dude. It was great in draft. Yep. Man, we got a Felling and a Plow. That's not bad for the Earth expansion slot. Brute block. Alright, we're down to our last 2 packs. Not the last pack just yet. Bully Tactics, Reviled Action, and a Buck Wild Yellow. If only it was a red or a blue rainbow foil, it would have been so much better. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm excited for Silver Age. I might be doing some silver. I don't want to see draftable weapons again. Yeah. I think. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, Topple. I've never really thought about it. I would like weapons to come back. I can tell you that right now in draft. I'm not a huge fan of. Not a huge fan of this draft, Super Slam, without weapons. Prismatic Leyline is basically gone. I have not seen that yet, although I know I've sold a couple rainbow foils recently. But that's interesting. I can't claim too much. I can't pat myself on the back too much because I talked about Prismatic Leyline a long time ago. But makes you use cards. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It definitely brings a different dynamic to a draft game. That's for sure. Guardian. Okay. I just want Draconis saying it wants you want all heroes to be legal. Yeah, I think it's a very there's a very, it's very pertinent that they didn't bring in Revered Brute, generic, revered. I think it's very on point why some of those heroes aren't coming in. Shiana would have like none of her specs, so she probably wouldn't. I don't know. It depends on what they do with specs in Sage. I think she loses a lot of specs, but she does do some kind of crazy stuff. Wild Guardian, Wild Brute. But I think of like some of those heroes like Blaze and stuff are like, they're just like, okay, we're not gonna go there, you know. Earth, Warrior, and Armor. And the last one is a Brute. Yeah. Oh yeah, she has an Iris spec. But Draconis, we were talking about it at the beginning of the stream. Soul Reaping is not making it. It's not making the cut. That card will be 100% will be banned here before Silver Age is fully released. Topple, and I agree with you. Fully fatigued Batman. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You definitely have to think about the no weapon and like how much threat density your deck has when you are playing when you're drafting Super Slam. That is something you have to think about that you really didn't have. You always had to think about it, but you really have to think about it on Super Slam. All right, we got a box for Sandeep. Sandeep, you the man. Thank you for supporting the channel, sir. Can't do this without you. Let's see what we can find you. Let's see what we can find you. All right. Just a flex game. About to get a Miori. Oh boy. Oh boy, that would be fun. I'd be shocked. Super rare. Hey Topple, I did that in Philly to a guy in a side event. In a sealed sealed event. I try to do it every time I get the cards in the sealed event. Yup. I love trying to set up that combo to finish a game. It's actually pretty cool. I was down to my last 3 cards and it was just enough to I lost the game trying to do it. Oh my god, that's rough. Super rare. Yo, Painful Passage. Yo, love that card. That's one of my favorite cards. Help me win a game. Yeah, that's true, Lethargic. That is a very nice card to pick up. Super rare. Should probably bust out the super rares because we're gonna be stacking them, you know. 2 Majestics. The disarm set. Okay, nice. Yo, Plow Wonder, let's go. Good-natured brutality. Puff chest. Punch above your weight. Yeah. A golden gate. Majestic. Doing pretty good on Majestic so far. Getting a bunch of them. Big Bully, super rare. I wish super rares were legal. I think the problem would be is super rares from Arcane Rising and WTR are like Majestic power level, right? And also, I think these are kind of tuned up a little bit too. Dude, the Marvel armor is like sick. That's why you want it. I think it's like the first of its kind in Fab, but it like makes complete sense that they did it, you know? It's like, of course you should, if you have Marvel technology, you should be marveling out armor sets, right? Escalate Violence, Buckwild Yellow. So, I know the feeling. I kind of wanted the Olympia armor as well, because it is sick. Although I will probably never play Olympia either. Renounce Violence. The problem would be they can't do the helmet in Marvel because they could do a Marvel rainbow foil helmet. Well, actually, they can't do the chest either because they're already cold foil. But a new set would be kind of cool. When Viserai comes back as a Shadow Runeblade, they should give him a Marvel armor set, please. Thank you, James White. That would be pretty cool, huh? That would be pretty sweet. Also, I would. Ooh, there you go, Sandeep. Got your rainbow foil Reckless Stampede. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. A rare Arcanite arms piece in the next set? Ooh, I don't know about that. I think the Arcanite, the next Arcanite piece could be the one legendary in the Antiquity packs, because Antiquity packs are kind of like all based around generics. And what is like the most iconic generic, at least for me, because I'm an old timer, is the Arcanite Skullcat. But I don't think it's going to be rare. I don't think the Arcanite set's going to be rare. Give everyone AB2 and Sage the sort of situation. I think that's definitely a thing. Helm of the Adorned. That's a pretty sweet cold foil. This cold foil, speaking of Silver Age, I heard this helmet is cracked in Pallades. Cracked in Pallades. And that card looks awesome too. That card is a nice looking card. Even in PC, it's cracked. Yeah, that's true. I can see that. Yeah, faux show. Hit the gas. But yeah, I could see. I mean, I think it might be time for the third Arcanite piece. And since they're doing so much to deal with generics in Compendium, could be it. Although I do think a lot of the legendaries are going to be reprints in this set. That's pretty good, Topple. Catch of the day, ladies. What did I say, Pallades? Marlin, hello. That would be a Marlin card, Ted. Yeah, confidence is so good that it makes a lot of sense, actually. You lose the one armor, but hands down. Oh, triggers twice. Yes. That is a good card. Bait. Song of Sinew, Act of Glory. Alright, let's find a legendary in these last couple packs. Let's go. Oh, no luck. Next pack. Comeback Kid. Cheater's Charm. Dude, I thought Song of Sinew was going to be played for sure. It just straight isn't. I thought it was just like better cast Bones, but nope, I was wrong. I thought it was a pretty decent card. All right, last pack, Sandeep. Take the Bait. Rainbow Coil is the last pack. What else we get? Ooh, and Show of Strength. Oh my god. What a box, dude. I mean, yes, it's nothing like crazy spicy, but Show of Strength, Plow Under. Got some decent stuff here, dude. I appreciate you. Last pack, you took the bait. There's some decent stuff here. Little bag. All right, we got time. I'm gonna open for myself a little box of High Seas. So we got a gold pack incoming, folks. Gold pack. Ooh, I'm excited. Our last two gold packs from this case were not great, but hopefully we can turn that look. High Seas is still a really fun open for me. Oh, they're all damaged. That sucks. I haven't got any. I didn't pick up any Black Friday packs because they were all Super Slam cards, and I'm not really. I don't really. It's not a lot I want to do with this set, you know. On the Horizon. Yes, gold pack indeed. It still could be anything in that gold pack, people. It could even be a boat. King Kraken, Swindlers. That sucks that some of them were damaged. I don't like to hear that. That's a bummer. Man, we are getting Majestics right off the rip. Extremely Victor heavy. You play Victor? You're a Pleiades. Is that undercover? Acquisition, Jittery Bones. Dude, this box is gonna be nothing's gonna be left if we keep hitting Majestics like this. Hopefully there's a Fabled in here because we have yet to hit the Fabled in this Swiftwater Sloop. I did not like Clash. Okay. That makes sense. I don't know if I would entirely enjoy Clash in a CC format either. Try the course. Yeah, Coldfall Fabled is out there somewhere. There's no, all the Fableds in the Antiquity packs are non-foils, so it's definitely not in there. But it is interesting that something is going on with that Fabled. They're gonna wait just long enough to where people stop talking about it and then drop it. That's what's gonna happen, I bet. Board the ship. But the mist is real. Yeah. Test of the Iron Grip hitting is definitely a war crime. Static actually went for it against my Gravy deck, and he missed, and it was like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if, like, the word on the street is Gravy's not very good in Silver Age right now, but it's very aggro heavy. And that spoiler that they put out where he gets to pitch a blue and it's on block is kind of a pretty big indicator that there's going to be some spicy things for Gravy to do in the blocking phase, right? So I don't know if that's like more armor or something that like lets him pitch a blue and then play an ally or something to kind of smooth out some of those funky, I don't know. But it is an interesting card, that is for sure. That's got banned. Yeah, that's true too. Fiddler's Green, etc. Yeah, he's kind of shields down in Sage. Oh, and Scurv. That's interesting. I wasn't even thinking about Scurv, but it is just a pirate. Ooh, I see something behind here. What do we got? We got a whaler. Oh, oh man, we take that. Hello, Miss Marlin. I'd like to see that. That makes this box very fun. Yeah. Always surprised about an adult Marvel hero. Blood in the Water. Rare. Time to play LL. Yeah. Rest in peace, LL. I don't think anyone is saying that statement anymore. Time to play LL. Arcane Compliance. Expedition. Craves favorably with sideboard. Okay. Might be a little bit less of an issue after Compendium, but yet to be seen on that front. That's probably the first time I've heard someone say time to play LL. Yeah. I think LL is taking a bit of a nap. I think we're not going to see LL for a little while. Or it might be like a once a year thing. Like a once a year calling or something. I think if they give it some time, they can reintroduce LL in like a year or two and just ban Starvo, Chain. They can just say this is a new format. We're calling it, well, I know what's it called in Magic, Eternal. We're not calling it Living Legend. We're calling it Eternal, and these heroes are not allowed. And that way, it's like a little bit less of a sting because LL has that. I think LL's more hated than Blitz. Yeah, it'd be like hero bans, like Chains banned, and then, you know, just a bunch of cards are banned, etc., etc. Would be my thought. Start fresh. We'll start again at some point when they have the bandwidth to balance the format. Probably be the play there. All right, we got 2 packs left for the stream. Well, actually, we got 3 because we got that sweet gold pack. Conqueror of the High Seas rainbow foil. Last pack. Surface shaking. Not a bad box. Got a little bit of everything in there. Just a casual CNC. All right. Doing okay there. Get that sweet Marlin. It is now time for that gold pack. The Rainbow Foil CNC or Rainbow Foil Conquerors are like kind of, I think they're only like $10 or something. They're not too expensive at all for how powerful a card they are. It's definitely not priced like the. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Got a gold. And a not so fast, which could be good in Silver Age. I have heard some people talking about playing Scurv in Silver Age. I feel like most of them have been claimed, Static, as far as the you got scurved. Sure did. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for tonight. Stupid sexy Scurv. Yeah. Oh man, I almost forgot about that. That is funny though. Yeah, but that's gonna do it. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. New Market Minute this weekend, of course, so check that out. And we'll check you next Tuesday, back with some more Flesh and Blood openings. Good night.